I'm not talking about Black racism toward Hispanic people, because Black people are not siding with the side of the oppressor. The Hispanic and Latino people that I'm talking about in this video are siding with the white oppressors. They saw somebody like Donald Trump come up in the ranks and do nothing but blast their entire race, and saw that and saw the proximity to acceptance and whiteness in America, and were like, yeah, why are they crossing the border illegally? Knowing some of the places that your families and your ancestors come from, and how, because of capitalism, because of colonialism, they've been ravaged and corrupted and as literal murder grounds. You know where some of those people are coming from to seek refuge, to become citizens. And you also know, probably, how hard the immigration process is here, especially if you're not from a white country. The first part about this statement is understanding that racism is systemic in this country. There are quite literally levels to this shit. And if Black people have any racial bias toward Hispanic and Latino people, it's more than likely, historically and systematically going backward, coming from the odd acceptance of Latino and Hispanic people into the country, whilst never admitting the wrongdoings to Black people in this country, how they have built the country up, and how they have never gotten their just dues for literally the blood off their backs. And as fellow minorities, much in the way that Black people might look toward the Asian community or the Middle Eastern community, there might be some spitefulness, because no matter how much Black people have put into this country, every other race will get put before them. And white people will use you guys as pawns against the Black people to be like, well, they're doing fine. Well, they're doing okay. Look at them. And sorry, no tea, no shade, but a lot of other minorities lift their chins up to that praise from the white people. They start walking a little straighter, holding their head a little higher, and then they start getting uppity toward Black people. And all of this while telling your family members to breathe lighter, reinstating white stereotypes of Black people. They're violent, they're loud, they steal, they're untrustworthy. Meanwhile, you were allowed to move into their neighborhoods, open stores in their neighborhoods, get jobs that they weren't allowed to get. Does the man exploit you and pay you less for those jobs? Absolutely, and that shit is fucked. But most Hispanic and Latino people that have immigrated to this country are chasing that American dream that never really existed for anyone that isn't a straight Christian white person. And you get so tied up in it that you don't realize that you're regurgitating the same racist rhetoric that your white oppressors used against you toward them now. No one has been disrespected like Black people in this country. 9 times out of 10, when Black people don't like a group, it's because of oppression.